to new YouTube, so you can't play any copyrighted music.
Oh, so they cut you off.
Yeah, they shut it down now.
Damn, niggas like, fuck that.
Yeah, don't be playing no Afro beats up in here.
Damn.
Crazy. All right, sorry, Instagram. I won't do it no more. Cash App handle. All right, so let's do this real quick. Give me 1 second, McCarr. I'm just setting this up again.
Cool.
All right. So that's it. Guys, sorry about that. That's twice in a row. All right, so there's no music, so we should be fine. Everything's cut off. Lord. New live. All right, so where are we at? All right, so again, for the second time, the Man Panel Show. Thank you guys so much for joining. Lucario, you're on. Like I said, Isaac will be on in a few minutes. Lucario, the topic is she makes all the rules.
That's funny.
I knew you love that. Guys, again, if you guys have questions for Lucario when Isaac comes on, the icon is right there, a $2 donation, and I will answer your questions. If you guys just want to donate to the show, I appreciate it. Shout out to Boxing. The SOG, Students of the Game, he just reached out to me. He's starting something new, which is awesome. Boxing has also helped out Steve, and I think he did a couple things with you too, Lucario. I'm not too sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and then that's pretty much it. So he's helped me out with moderating the show, and he's on right now. So shout out to Boxing, all the success in the world to the SOG Students of the Game. All right, so let's do this for the third time. The definition of rules: one set of explicit or understood regulations or principles governing, conducted within a particular activity or sphere. Okay, wonderful. Questions and side notes. All right, so Lucario, fellas, Isaac's not here. In your expert opinion, do you believe men prefer or try to align a woman's preference with theirs?
My alarm's going crazy. Yeah, I think what happens is that guys try to align a woman's preference with theirs so they can get some butt. You feel what I'm saying? They want to get some booty. So they're like, well, hopefully if I do that, then she'll like me. And then if she likes me, she'll give me sex. So a lot of times guys will do that because they're basically trying to, find different ways to get women to like them. And they do that when they don't have game. So whenever you don't have game, you're trying to find out how to actually attract because you don't know how to attract. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So would that coincide with not even understanding your own identity then?
Right.
Correct?
Right, exactly. Because the thing is, if you don't understand yourself, then you don't even understand why a woman is attracted to you. You know what I mean? Like you should know. Like if somebody's like, hey, why do these women want you, or why do girls want to get with you and all that other stuff? You should know. This is why, in the show, Steve will be like, why should she fuck with you, or why should she fuck you? That if you don't know the answer, then that's why you're having problems. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. I appreciate that. And second part of the question: do women set standards and rules out of insecurity, shallowness, or scarcity?
It's sometimes it's fear. So what happens is that a woman will set a rule for a weak guy because a weak guy is going to follow it, and so she knows that she can keep that guy around, so she'll have consistency with male attention. Right? Because the thing is that a guy who's actually a man is not going to follow her rules, and she knows this. So the only guy that's going to follow it is the guys who are weak, but she puts that in place because she knows that that weak guy will be there on a consistent basis for her. So it's really it's almost like a protection thing. It's like, well, I want this guy here, and in order to keep him here, I got to make sure he's doing the things that I want him to do to make me feel safe. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Okay. All right. So that's okay. So that's mainly it. So because a lot of guys run into this, and I've seen this on recent, in between, especially during the week, in between on break on work and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I've been really fascinated with this Pop the Balloon show, and these women and these contestants that actually go on, preferably the women. But it's mainly, you always have one or two out of the group that are very indecisive about popping their balloon. They wait until the end, like, oh, I don't really know about this guy. Okay, well, I wanted to give him a chance. Maybe I hear him out.
Right.
So would that coincide with a little bit of shallowness, maybe an insecurity? Like women just don't know what the hell they want in retrospect. I mean, would you?
Yeah, I think, well, the thing is, it's weird because women see, this is the hard part about explaining this. So women know what they want, but the perception is they don't. And the reason why it's perceived that way is because, in a social setting, even like the Pop the Balloon show and all these shows, whenever anyone's watching a woman and a woman knows she's being watched, right? Whenever she's doing something that's not her doing something privately, a lot of times she's not going to be honest and show the real her and show what she's really feeling. You understand what I'm saying? That's why even when it comes to, let's say, a guy trying to, pick up a girl or holler at a girl, he needs to make sure it's just her and him so that nobody else around can hear what's being said, so she can really be real and actually show what she really wants. So a lot of times, like even the Pop the Balloon shows, they're either popping it or not popping it based on how it makes them look versus how they actually feel about the situation. You see what I'm saying? So that's really the issue that that happens on those shows, or just in general when a woman is being watched. So it's not that a woman doesn't know what she wants; it's that the perspective or the perception that you might have of her is she doesn't know what she wants because she's acting this way, acting that way. But she's acting this way, acting that way because she's in public. But in private, women are really going to be truthful about what they want and basically go after that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so no, understandable, 1000%. So then why go on these shows then?
Oh yeah, that's all clout. You know what I mean? That's all clout, attention. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. So that it's not like anyone's really on there to find love and all that other stuff, because it's all orchestrated. So yeah, it's not like you can't really take those seriously. You can take it with a grain of salt, but it's not really serious, because women on there, what they'll do is too, sometimes they'll pop their balloon because other women are popping their balloon. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And then on top of that, it's weird. It's one of those things where, because a woman wants to look a certain way, even if she was feeling a guy, she may go the other direction just because she wants to look a certain way. So her looking a certain way is more important than actually making that connection with that guy. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I got all these people watching me, so let me try to make myself look a certain way in front of all these people versus doing the real thing, which would be to actually, see what's up with the guy. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Because I think you guys, not too long ago, you guys did a recent review on the guy that proposed to the girl after the show.
Right.
Pop the Balloon. He went on a couple dates with her. Okay. And then they did an interview. They did the interview, and then in the mix of the interview, that's when he got down on one knee.
Right.
So, is that all a facade as well?
Well, no. He probably really wanted to do that. The issue though is that you have guys out there who are that thirsty who would do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So and this is the thing. You got to understand that people will still go through the motions of doing the thing, but anytime there's a camera there where there's some sort of action, it's always inauthentic. You understand? Because the camera is there. Whenever you're being watched, you understand what I'm saying? Doing a specific action, right? Then it's usually it's most likely going to be a facade of what you're trying to sort of portray. You see what I'm saying? Especially when it's supposed to be like a reality show type of thing, or something where you're actually supposed to be making it seem like it's real in real time. It's always going to be, and if they know they're being filmed, it's always going to be something different. I always say it like this: if people walk around their house naked, if they knew that there were cameras around their house, except for maybe the bathroom, let's say the bathroom doesn't have a camera, they would probably only get naked in the bathroom. You understand? But so what that means is that once a person knows they're being watched, their behavior becomes different. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing with these shows, is that you got to take it with a grain of salt, because since the person's being watched, it already takes away the inauthenticity, because they're still worried about how they look. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And that's really the problem with it. You see what I mean? So you can never get a really, really real thing with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
With that, okay. No, I appreciate that. Thank you for breaking that down in its entirety. Excuse me, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. I know it's a slow. I had to start the show over 3 times, but thank you guys so much. And I see you boxing, and I appreciate the compliment. I look like an old. I look like an old detective. I love it. So yeah. All right. So 9:12. All right. So yeah. So Isaac should be coming on shortly, and then I'll just, like I said, I'll piggyback off of I'll go back to the questions once he gets on. All right, so next one, Lucario. Waiting on a woman's timetable would either be successful or failure for a man.
Oh, definitely failure, because a woman's timetable is based on her agenda as you know, as a woman. So if you're on her timetable, what happens is that you're following her, and then therefore things aren't going to happen in the way that you want it to happen. See, this is what people don't understand, right? Because every time, you know, we talk about leadership, we talk about men being leaders and so forth and so on. See, the reason why men have to lead is because generally a man is thinking about the group, whereas a woman is thinking about her. You understand what I'm saying? Generally, because what happens is that the guy, the way that men are built is like, okay, well, I'm looking at what's in the best interest of, you know what I'm saying, not just me. Women generally, when they're interacting with you know, guys and all that other stuff, they're not thinking about the guy, and this is the thing, they don't need to think about the guy, because they're looking at you like, well, I don't need to think about you because you're a guy, you can take care of yourself, I'm not supposed to really take care of you. So if a woman is coming to the guy, you know, and he's following her, he's setting himself up for disaster being on her timeline, because her timeline is predicated on what she wants versus what is best for the relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Understandable. I appreciate that. You guys had a guy on Tuesday that was just having failure to realize what was going on, as in terms of the disrespect.
Right.
So I believe, and I think you run into a lot of this with your clients, how hard is it to break down that programming and conditioning to what they actually believe in terms of societal standards of it's on a woman's timetable, the woman makes the rules, we should have an understanding of what a woman's needs, her feelings. I mean, how hard is that on a consistent
You say
basis?
how hard is it to get these guys to understand?
Yeah.
Like,
To get them,
I mean, well, the thing is, it's definitely hard, because it's you know, guys are so conditioned to already to see things the way they've been seeing things, and also too, that's also their comfort zone. You know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. So the issue is that because most guys want access to women, right? They believe that being a man and being a leader and, you know, and guiding the situation, right? They think that, well, women aren't going to like that. So because women aren't going to like that, and this is what they think, they're like, well, I'm not going to bother to do that, or I'm going to act like that is nonsensical or ridiculous. You know, they'd be like, oh, but you know, it's 50-50 and we're partners and we're equal and all this other stuff. And they're saying that because that's what women would say in public to them. Like, what are you guys talking about? That's misogynistic. That's crazy. Why would you, you know, they'll say all these things. So the guy, because he has no game, he says, well, you know what? I should stay on her side and repeat what she's saying. So that's what the dudes will do. So they'll fight to stay in the weak position they're in, unfortunately. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys will fight to stay weak, you know, and that comes a lot, you know, that comes from, you know, people who don't have a sense of self, and they're just used to being in that like zone that they're always used to being in. It's that comfort zone they want to be in, and so they fight to stay, you know, in that place. Unfortunately, you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I always got to throw a wrinkle or a controversial type of question in there,
Right.
and then I know you're going to give me your insight on how you look at it. But can we say, is there a slight possibility that some successful relationships do happen if a woman makes the decisions?
Yeah, it can happen. It's just that, well, I would say this: we got to define what success is.
Okay.
So a relationship can work if a woman is leading and a guy is following, if the woman is more dominant than the man. You see what I'm saying? The issue though is that we got to question what is successful, because what I would consider successful is both parties being happy with that dynamic. You see what I'm saying? The issue is, in most cases, the woman is frustrated and the man is frustrated, but they're not going to say anything because they're both weak. So I wrote a post the other day on Facebook where I said weak men follow women and weak women get into relationships with men they have to lead, right? So you have two. So basically, what happens is usually when a woman is leading the guy and the guy is being led, they're both weak. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is the guy is weak because he's not man enough to actually have a standard and find women who want to follow him, and the woman is weak because she isn't woman enough to find a strong man to follow. Do you see what I'm saying? And then so that's that. So that's so a woman who's leading and a guy who's following, the relationship could quote unquote work as far as they can keep things going. The problem is that usually the woman is frustrated because she has to lead this guy who she's like, this guy's a weak dude, and the guy is frustrated because he's like, oh, I gotta listen to this overbearing, dominant woman. Do you see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing: if a man is dominant and he's leading, right? He's and I'm saying that like a man who has game and a man who knows what he's doing. Leadership from that guy isn't anything that is like crazy or ridiculous or unjust or messed up or abusive or whatever. It's none of that. It's fair. It's a type of leadership that is helpful and beneficial. But what happens is that when women are leading men, women are trying to mimic what they think men are doing. Do you see what I'm saying? So therefore, right? So therefore, it becomes a thing where it can become, I don't want to say abusive, but it can become so overbearing because it's like a compensation thing. It's like, well, because I'm the leader and I'm thinking of what a leader would do. I'm thinking of what I think a man would do, and this is what I'm doing, trying to mimic that. It's just like a lot of guys trying to mimic women. A lot of guys, they'll be sensitive. What's up, bro? They'll be sensitive and overtly in their feminine energy because they're trying to sort of mimic what they see women doing. So you have both parties trying to mimic each other back and forth. It's ridiculous.
Gotcha. Understandable. Isaac, thank you for joining, brother. Running into some traffic. I hear you.
It was crazy. The construction out there, people, hey, over here honking, man. Some people, man, fuck Georgia. These people cannot drive over here. God damn, man. Shout out to everybody though. Shout out to Carl, shout out to Russell. We here. All stars in the building, stars in the fucking chat. Sorry for the latency, but we here.
You're good, bro. You're good. Lucario was just, Lucario can handle it by himself. So I'm going to go back to some questions, but hold on 1 second. Boxing, if you can just reinforce, I do have a question. Can you just let people know to donate $2 before I answer the question, please? I see your question, Bub, but I can't answer it. A $2 donation, okay? That we're enforcing new rules. All right, so Isaac, I'm going to have you play catch up real quick. So tonight's show is She Makes All the Rules.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I love that. I love it. I love when women just make rules and stuff and you follow them. It's incredible.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It's amazing. I love it.
So, Isaac, in your expert opinion, Lucario's already answered, so Lucario can just chill for a minute. Do men prefer to try to align a woman's preference with theirs?
Oh, okay. No, I mean, obviously, we're talking as a man. Nah, hell no, of course not. No, we don't align her preferences with ours. Correct.
Correct.
No, this is my preference, and you're gonna like the preference because you like me. But if we got to put on the gram scale of all the things, then yeah, for sure. I think when you look at it as in a societal view, like 90% of the world, I think they do, because it's like they see her as the prize, putting her on the pedestal and being like, okay, I want to see what her preference is. She likes yellow, so I like yellow. Or she likes to go to Asia. Oh, I want to go to Asia too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be that type of vibe. So yeah, I think yeah. But on the side, men don't, but societal men do.
Okay, that's what I was getting ready to ask you too. And the second part of that question is: do women set standards and rules out of insecurity, shallowness, or scarcity?
All of the above, Coach. You know what I mean? I think it's that, and because they just like it. They just like to be a ruler of something. I was talking about this the other day too. There's just women just in general just like to set rules just to feel that superiority, or they've been given rules like as they grow up. You're so beautiful. Valentine's Day, all these candies and gifts and all these things. Right. That one guy, the first boyfriend treated her the best. Now it's like rules. Oh, in her mind she's thinking to herself like, oh shit, like I told him I wanted this certain thing and I wanted a man that's gonna do all these things, and he did it for me. He treated me the best, gave me the attention, and probably was smashing whatever the case is. So yeah, this is a crazy thing. I think into that. So I do say that too. Just it's really everything above. It's beautiful. I like, and let me say this too, because I thought about this topic when you said this. I was like, when you're talking about she makes the rules, right? See, listen, I will say this. It's gonna sound it's not controversial, but there's times where I do follow a woman's rule, but not in the sense of where she's dictating the pace of like a relationship or of a no, I can't say situation. Prime example. Okay, I was at this party with a couple of friends and everything. It was a kickback and shit. Friends, friends with the friends, bottles, whatever the case is, pulling up to her, and we talking, but she with her friends, and she got some of the friends that's on some, they got the friend group that's like, oh no, girl, don't be over there with her, talk to me and shit like that. You know what I mean? You don't need to talk to him, X, Y, and Z. But she was like, hey, just wait here. Let me go tell him I'll be right back. I'm gonna go, stall him and then come back to you over here, basically. But that's the only rule that I'm following. If you see what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Because he's telling me, hey, let me go tell him I'm finna go talk to you real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me go tell him everything is all good and then come back. Just wait right here. But that's the only rule I wanted to point out, because I think there's like, if this in a situation like that, he can listen to that part.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. And then I'll get to that, but let me just get to Paul LG. Thank you for donating your $2. We have 2 questions, but I'm only gonna get to Paul LG's because he donated. And let's see. Okay, so Paul, you didn't write the question, so we'll just give it to Zoe then. So that's fine. All right, gentlemen, do you believe your younger generation of men lacks social skills with women because many of them don't know themselves because society has told them to re-question themselves in terms of masculinity, or more so because new societal norms, societal media influence? Let me know if you need me to repeat that. It's a long one.
Yeah, can you repeat the last part, like the
Yeah.
noise part?
Yeah. So let's see. Women, because many of them don't know themselves because society has told them to re-question themselves in terms of masculinity, or more so because of new societal norms, societal media influence.
Well, I would say, social media, as far as how it's impacted, young men and all that other stuff, I think it's done a huge disservice, because what happens is one, social media has created a situation where social skills and all the other stuff is going to lack, because there's a lot more interaction on social media than interaction in actual real life. Like, I'm not saying that they don't interact with people in real life, but what I'm saying is, especially when it comes to dealing with women, it's not the same, because it's like so focused on social media. And on top of that, the messages that they're getting from social media from a mass amount of people about what masculinity is and isn't, and all this other stuff, is confusing all these guys. And most guys, unfortunately, nowadays are acting more feminine, because they're listening to other people tell them, hey, well, you're wrong for being assertive, you're wrong for wanting to have sex, and you're like all of these things, messages, and guys are out there running around in circles because they don't have any like actual guidance from men, because they're not even listening to men. They think what men are saying is crazy, and then they're just going along with what the masses are saying about what masculinity is.
All right, a little choppy on that last one.
Yeah, it cut off a little bit.
Cut off a little bit. What did you say at the end, Macario? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying that. At the end of the day, the social media sort of it messes up the natural flow or progression of how men are supposed to, express themselves, because social media is telling them how they're supposed to be, but it's a lot of people not really like giving them the right information.
Gotcha. No, appreciate it. Isaac, would you agree?
And I agree on that. I definitely do believe a lot of people, men in our generation, especially like the social skills, and then And I want to even bring into like dating apps and stuff like that, because there's nothing's wrong with the dating apps, because it's, you know, you can do things online too. You can still socialize throughout the internet, but there's a lot of guys that I've spoken to, you know, in person over, you know, text. They'll be like, yeah, but oh, the only reason I do online dating is because so I don't have to talk to a girl in person. Like I can get away from the rejection. I can get away from this. And going back to a point Lucario was saying with don't be assertive, or don't want to have sex and everything. A lot of these rules too come from women.
Right.
So this is like they're creating, and then they're putting it out there, and then the guys who are saying that part of I want to get to her preference, because they're putting her and what she's saying on a pedestal, then regurgitate it and put it on social media. So for the guys who are full of anxiety, nervous, and don't know what to do with their lives, all over the place, they listen to that. They probably see that, oh, he has this podcast, or maybe he is 6 foot, maybe he looks built, maybe he has these cars or whatever. Now they see that and they think that because they're saying it in return, I gotta listen to that. But then there's this point where you come into this inner conflict between yourself of what the society is telling you versus what you're telling yourself to do. Because what if you genuinely just want to be assertive in this moment, or you genuinely want to go speak to that woman that's over there across the bar, and you want to just don't hesitate, just go for it. You're gonna have, if you don't listen to that one first hesitation, that one move of just doing it, you're gonna listen to the second thought that comes right afterwards. It's gonna be like, oh no, don't do it. It's gonna, because remember what he said, remember what she said. Maybe she doesn't want to be pursued, because you know I seen this podcast where this one girl was saying, oh, I don't like when guys hit on me at bars. So now it's repeating this in their head. So it's a tough thing, but there's also good qualities into the internet as well too, though. And you know,
Absolutely.
that's another type of time.
Well, absolutely. Well, Lucario, I know you missed it a little bit. Lucario already explained that half this stuff, the content shows and podcasts, they're a bit of a facade as well, and that can also twist someone's mind into not understanding the or negating the actual reality in between the lines. So,
oh, you were saying this before I came in?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
He was talking about that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's some really
I hope that answered your question. Thank you for donating, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for always donating and supporting the show. Guys, if you have a question, it is just $2, okay? So let's not go crazy. And make sure you get your questions in before Lucario and Isaac sign off in a little bit. All right, so just so you're playing catch-up, Isaac, so the next question was, waiting on a woman's timetable will either be successful or a failure for a man.
Failure. It will be failure because it's not your time. You know, it's not your time. Your time is now. Your time is what you want your time to be. But then that's another trip. Just to go a little bit further too, because I don't want to make it too complex for people. That if you don't see that level as of, you can think that's your time by waiting for her time, but you think that's yours, but you're really just waiting for her time. You're trying to trick yourself into it, basically, to be like, oh, I want this, when you're actually just waiting around. So yeah, no, it's definitely a failure. And if you don't think so, because if you played that long game to where, you know, you were like, oh, you're a friend, and then you ended up becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, you were her, you know, third pick, and if you think that's a win for you, hell, bro, let that be a win for you, but just know that that's a failure in general.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, so we're caught up, so we're going to move on to the next one. An article by Cura, written by Mike Massey, states, what a lot of these answers fail to realize is that it is the modern society, women have more power than they've ever had before. For example, a guy goes to a nightclub, sees a girl he finds attractive and hopes she'll be leaving the club that night with him. A woman goes to the club, that same nightclub, and if she sees a guy she finds attractive, knows whether or not she'll be leaving the club with him that night. Question. Side note. So, fellas, hearing this article, is this true?
So, wait, hold on. Say that again. You said that she goes to the club and she can leave with.
So the guy struggles. He's, you know, when he goes to the nightclub, there's a small probability or chance that he'll leave with that woman. But if we do the exact opposite, a woman that is most attractive to a guy can leave that nightclub with somebody.
Oh yeah, that definitely can happen. But are they saying that that's like having power?
Yeah, that's what
that's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah,
but that's not having power. That's just being a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like you know what I mean? Like that's like saying like, a guy has power because when he's in a relationship, women want him to marry them. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like that's not having power. It's just you're a man, so women are gonna want to marry you. You're a woman, men are gonna want to have sex with you. You know what I mean? Like that's not
Mhm.
power. You know what I'm saying? Power is if that woman has enough game to get exactly what she wants out of her dating life and her life period. So power would be if she actually wants a long-term relationship with a guy who's about something, she knows how to be attractive enough to got that type of guy or many type of
Yeah.
guys like that. That's power. Because what
Mhm.
happens is that, you being able to, as a woman, to sleep with some guy at the club, that's a given. Like all the guys in the club are trying to sleep with you. So that's you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's nothing.
You want to drink?
Go,
Right.
all right. Go ahead, Isaac. Go ahead. You can follow up.
Nah, bro, I was just like that. Like he's definitely right, and I want to even say to that, like, cause goddamn, that was such a layer of she will be strategic enough to get the guy that she's attracted to. She would show herself, just like in SOG Game Night. Shout out to them. Well, we were talking about how women will show you their cards in your face. They don't have to blatantly be like, oh yeah. I mean, they will. They could say something like, I want to fuck, but they will show a desire, show some interest in way. But it's for you to take that opportunity into. Now, to go back though, again, just to reiterate, you were saying that people think it's power because she can get the guy that she wants in the club, but the guys can't, right?
Correct.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just as Lakar was saying. I mean that's just a given. Honestly, that's just humans being humans. I mean, if I see a girl that I'm interested in, if I want to have sex with her, then I'll pull up and say what I need to say. Who's to say that I'm gonna have less of a chance of that?
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
that's the whole like trip of everything. Because god damn, these questions are so on point. Because it's like preference and then standards and rules, and it all goes back into each and every question. Because even to this right here, whomever said it, assuming it was some loser that was saying it, is obviously been in seen these situations and crying about these things, bro. Don't you know that? Women know that they can go after what they want too, but they don't. But you see what she can go after, and you think that you can't go after that because you feel like you're powerless. But you feel like you're powerless because you ain't doing shit about it. And then to that, you have women that's gonna, like I said, is gonna pull it that will say like they want to smash or whatever the case is. They'll be blunt with that. But most of the time, a lot of women are women, so they gonna, show a desire some way somehow, and it's your job to take it. That's it. But then
Yeah,
that's your
but
power.
when you're so indoctrinated, oh, go ahead, Isaac. Finish what you're saying.
No, that was it. But I'm saying, but that's your power is to take it, is to go forward. Women do the same thing, just in a different way. But our duty as men is the. If I got these glasses and I see these glasses look shiny and it's looking at me and it's glaring and it's beaming to me and I'm like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but these glasses are telling me to put it on them. I'm gonna take it and put it on me. Just as
Right.
simple as that. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
But they look so pretty much. So that's what I'm saying. So we're in agreement that yes, women have it easier. Yes, we have this constant conflicting battle. But they look for you guys. That's why it's imperative to have you guys on this show because when they look for you guys to get these direct answers. And I was talking to Steve about this on last week's show, but he says it's not for us to give you understanding about us speaking in riddles. Like if you want this game exclusively, you got to invest.
Mhm.
So I mean, would you guys? Okay, you would both agree.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yes, and to go off of it, it's just like how I was just saying. It's the same principle of you see a woman in the bar you want to talk to, you just go for it because it's that voice that's telling you this is exclusive, this is some game, this is something that's gonna help me. I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna think about the other consequence of how am I gonna get to this step, this step, this step, this step. I'm just gonna go for that coaching. I'm just gonna go speak to this person. I'm gonna DM. I'm gonna speak onto that.
Right.
Got you. Phoenix, I have your question, but I didn't get a notification from Cash App. So it's pinned, buddy. April told you and Dave told you as well. So I didn't get a notification. It's literally right there. Okay, and I will answer it. I see it. It's up. All right. So gentlemen, do women possess all the power when it comes to extracting what they want from men? Second part of the question. Let's go with Isaac.
Distracting.
Extracting what they want from men.
No.
Do they possess all this power?
No. They don't. What was the first part, real quick? Sorry, guys.
No. You're fine. Don't apologize. Do women possess all the power when it comes to extracting what they want from men?
No, no, absolutely not. You know, what continuously these answers, spoiler to the ones that are watching, I will say no to these things when it has to do with a man. But again, if we talk about on the other societal men, then yes, you know, a lot of women tend to lead relationships nowadays. You know, they tend to move everything. Move the marriage, move the relationship, move the home, move the car, move the clothes, move the style, move the trend, move the wave, and everything. So yeah, they have it in that, but you know, again, that power just goes into them wanting to have the power, or it can be, I got hurt before, I don't want that ever again, so I'm gonna set these set of rules, and someone's gonna be here to follow within that pool of rules.
Definitely. Lucari, would you agree?
So you said that do women have power by extracting what they want
What
from guys?
what they want from men. Do they have the power?
No, because in order for you to have the power, that would mean that you would be able to extract that or get those things through the means of you actually just being yourself. So if a woman has to, for example, dangle vagina over a guy's head in order to get him to move or take action, then she's even whatever she gets from that it's not real. You understand what I'm saying? And it doesn't last.
Ooh,
So,
that's wow.
you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that was fire.
right, they can get things, but it's
That was fire as fuck.
superficial and it's not real. So they're not really getting what they really want. So if it's through manipulation, if it's through playing games and all these other things, what happens is that they can get something very surface level, but they're not actually getting what they want. Because this is truly what women really want is a guy who gives a shit. You understand? Like a guy who actually cares.
Yeah.
And so what happens is that in order for a woman to get a guy who cares, right, about her, she actually has to be who she really is. But most women are scared to be who they really are, right? Because they never really were being who they really were. But they're scared to actually be who they really are because imagine you're not able to get what you want from men by being who you really are. That's the ultimate rejection. See, if I can pretend to be something or play a game or act like I'm somebody that I'm not to try to gain something, whether or not I get it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because it's not really a rejection to me. It's a rejection of who I'm representing myself as. So if a woman representing herself as a certain way and she doesn't get something, she may be like, oh, I didn't get it, but it's not a big deal. But if she's being herself and she's seeing, damn, I'm constantly not getting what I want by being me, then that's an even harsher rejection because now it's basically saying, I can't get what I want from men by being who I really am. You see what I'm saying? And so
Right.
most women never get to that point where they get that. Because what happens is that they don't want they never get to that point because they don't want to actually see the reality of what that actually means. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I appreciate that, gentlemen. All right, and shout out to Zoe. He donated another $2. So let me get to his question. Phoenix.
Hey, what up?
Well, yeah. Phoenix, whatever you get. Lucaria, this is just directly solely at you. Lucaria, you said, and shout out to Zoe again. Lucaria, you said most guys will never understand the game at the deepest core until they actually experience everything in real time. The good, the bad, the learning process, etc. Have you noticed a difference in the men you've coached in the past 10 years in terms of success versus the men of now?
Well, the thing is, like, I would say, like, once a guy truly understands who he is, right, then that's when he'll actually understand that he has game. But this is the key. See, you truly understand who you are through experience. You understand what I'm saying? And so what most guys don't get is that they're trying to gain a certain outcome without having to go through the experience. So for example, they're like, well, I want a really hot girl that's gonna, be with me and be my girlfriend and have sex with and all this other stuff. But they don't want to go through the experience of, talking to a bunch of girls and going out on dates and doing all these extra things that they have to do in order to even get to that experience. So the only way to actually have that experience is that you got to go through it in order to, have that perspective. And once you have that perspective, then you understand yourself more through those interactions. Because this is what you got to understand: since everything in the world is, everything in the universe is connected, right? The way that I'm able to understand myself is through interacting with every other thing that's outside of me. But at the same time, what happens is that most people are searching for things outside of them, right, to try to make themselves feel, you understand what I'm saying, like whole and feel all this other stuff, right? But this is the interesting part about it, is that you have to feel that within yourself first in order to understand that you're connected to all the other things. So this is why we say the game is about you, because if you're making it just about things outside of yourself, right, you still don't understand that the things outside of yourself are still connected to you. So it's I don't want to get too deep on it, but the key thing is this, is that most guys never get to a certain level of the game because they're too busy looking away instead of looking within. You see what I'm saying? Because when you look within, then you will understand what's out there is you anyway. You see what I'm saying? But you can't look out there first, because then you're gonna miss the point that it's about you. You see what I'm saying? That's literally what we've been trying to teach for the past damn near 20 years. When we talk to these guys. This is why we say the game is about you, because anything else that you're trying to get out there, you're missing the point that it's you by focusing on the outside first. You have to focus on the inside, and then you will be able to connect to the outside and understand the outside is also you too. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay, I appreciate that. So I hope I hope that answers your question. He really broke that all the way down.
Yeah, for real. Got some fucking fire signs for that. That was like 30 seconds.
That should have been $400 donation.
That was crazy. Got some fire. That's some stars. That was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's why dudes don't understand, because they too worried about like women that like they keep focusing on everything else. That's why I say when a guy has game, he understands that the woman is a reflection of him. You see what I'm saying? This is why we say, listen, when you're out there dealing with women, vet women, have a woman who follows your lead. The point of the woman following your lead is that y'all are both on the same page. If you're both on the same page, that means y'all are both together like this, which is one thing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're one if y'all are on the same page. Do you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lucario.
Right.
Moving on, because we're getting around that. And like I said, Lucario's breaking this down. He's ready for October 26th, okay? Let me tell you. All right. Let me get this third part of the question, gentlemen, and I think it's on Lucario. Should men just get on board with women to make it an easier transition throughout the relationship?
Was that towards me?
Yeah, it's towards you.
Oh no, absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you see, this is the thing. So what happens is that you can't get on board with what a woman is trying to do, because what a woman is trying to do is trying to get on board with you. So how are you trying to get on board if she's trying to get on board with you? So the thing is, she's looking to you for guidance and for leadership. Remember, women only want to lead, right, when they are feeling hurt and they're weak. That's the only time they want to lead. Women don't want to lead when they're strong. Strong women don't want to lead. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that people don't understand. A woman trying to lead is her putting on a facade, because this you gotta understand. Leadership is a duty, right? Truthfully, most men don't even want to lead but we do it out of duty. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a thing where it's like, oh, I'm not leading because it's fun. I'm leading because it must be done. You see what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to do it. And so what happens is that the man is more equipped to do it within that situation, because the man is more equipped to take the burden of what that entails, which means that even if I feel a certain way, I still have to do what must be done. Women generally will succumb or submit to the emotion. So even though there has to be something to be done, they're like, well, I don't feel like it, right? So the thing is that a woman is looking to you and she says, hey, man, I want you to lead me. So when I'm feeling this way, right, I still can count on you to do what must be done, even though you may feel a certain way also. Like, I know that you are equipped to do that, so I put my trust in you. This is how important leadership is. And so what happens is, the reason why I said, a strong woman doesn't want to lead, because a strong woman, what she does is that she supports the leader. You see what I'm saying? That's where the strength comes in, because she says, I'm gonna, just like anything else. If my toilet broke right now, I'm not gonna fix it. I'm gonna call a plumber, because the plumber is gonna lead that situation. You see what I'm saying? Now, if I'm sitting there trying to save money, or I'm in my ego, or let me do it myself, and you see what I'm saying? That's me being in my ego. That's actually me being weak. If I was strong, I would say, hey, let me do what's best for the situation and get the plumber. You see what I'm saying? That's the point of it. You see what I mean?
Gotcha. Lucario, you're on fire. Go ahead, Isaac.
All fire, I swear. Man, you repeat the question one more time.
Yeah, exactly. It's got you all fucked up.
That shit was dope, man. I love it, man.
It
Incredible.
should men just get on board with what women want to make it an easier transition throughout the relationship?
No, just as you know, just in agreement with that. No, absolutely not. You know, and I have plenty of examples as to why. You know, I'll give one go. I might as well give one, because I remember I'm premiering this, and I was gonna premiere in the video. I was gonna do it soon, but I'm premiering now. I remember I was with this girl one time. We was going around fucking around for like a good amount of months, and then we got to like the 9th month, and she was like, she basically hit me with the dilemma of, you're gonna either be with me or you're not gonna be with me anymore. She was like, when it gets to that 10-month mark, then we can't be together no more. I don't want to be with you. So you got to either choose me or, you know, choose the single life, basically. So at that time, I told her, I was like, at the time, I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be with you. I was like, you know what? Oh, you know, because this is right here. But I knew that I didn't want that. So I already did myself a disservice. And even at the time, I was putting myself in disservice for her to even tell me this situation right now. For her even to bring that up to me, to say that, and she can do that, already gave me a disservice in that in general. So anyways, boom, that happened. All type of chaos happened. It was crazy. Things was, obviously, she was leading the relationship more than I was leading it at the time. But that's because I realized, when I reflected back into those moments, is that I didn't give myself a chance to lead, or I didn't want to. So she ended up leading the interaction. She gave me those standards. She gave me those rules that we were talking about, and was like, this is what it is. And if you go with it, this is what's going to happen. And when I seen that happen, and it has to do with a point that Lucario pointed out, was the hurt too. Because it was a relationship that she had get out. And now I'm not here to spill about the whole thing about that, because that was years ago, but this is just a prime example as to what I seen and what happened to me when I went to think that this was a part, and this was gonna go great, was when she took the lead onto the relationship.
Definitely. Appreciate it. And
Yeah, thanks, man.
again, appreciate in the beginning you donating. I appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for donating and supporting the show like usual. And Lucario, you're on fire. So, all right. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun, Isaac. This is Lucario's favorite time. It's scenario time, because we got 10 minutes. So let's see what you guys think. We're gonna roll with it, and I play my acting role, and Lucario loves it because he starts laughing. Okay, here we go. I waited 2 years to have a relationship with this girl. We finally had sex, but she still wants to be friends because she was hurt in the past. Lucario.
Damn, these scenarios are hilarious.
Real life right here, though.
So you gotta charge that to the game, man. That's well, first of all, 2 years and then finally had sex. That's crazy. That means that he was in the friend zone, and he finally was able to push through. But then she says, you know, she doesn't want to get hurt, so she's like trying to not be with him. Yeah, you gotta charge it to the game, man. You see what I'm saying? Because everything is about fear and desire. If the fear is stronger than the desire, that's what's gonna play. That's what's gonna play out. So if the fear is playing out, then he's got to let her go. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah.
Isaac, you're up.
Oh man! If so, are they asking me like they're asking me this question? Like
It's just well, this is true, but I'm just saying for
okay. In the scenario, I'm gonna say like they're in front of me asking me. I just be like, damn, bro, how was it? I probably just play along with it, but like, how was it, bro? Was it good? Was it worth it? Was it worth the time? Was it worth the facades? Was it worth the the dinner dates was it worth you feeling that she was gonna want you at one point and then she pulled away? How was those memories? What was that? How was that for you, bro? But nah, that's crazy as hell. Damn, get boss up in your life. Look at the value in yourself. Respect yourself a little bit more. Pull yourself together.
There you go.
Mhm.
Stop it and get
Please.
some help.
Basically, that was an ad right there.
That's it.
1-800.
Scenario 2. I've asked my girlfriend numerous times to not speak to my boss at social gatherings about me getting a promotion, but she constantly tells me that one of her rules are I have to make an annual salary between 50 to 80,000. Isaac.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. Why aren't you not making that already? Like, what's happening? Why aren't you getting that promotion? Like, what's going on, bro? How does it feel to be in this right now? How does it feel to have all this stress? Talk to me. Now, we would have had to cover all that, but no, that's crazy because, again, it just, you going into the rules. Don't listen to that. First of all, oh man, it's crazy because a lot of guys they always ask on the first date, or women too, to be like, well, if they're not interested for real, they'll be like, hey, how much do you make, or what do you do for a living, and everything, and then they'll talk about the jobs and shit, and you probably gave her that lie to be like, I'm gonna be a manager, I'm gonna start making 6 figures next year. Watch in April, or we get together. April comes around, now 6 figures, and look at this world, bro. You created this somehow.
Lucario.
Crazy, man.
I mean, these scenarios are crazy because the fact is, you have your girl, first of all, not listening to you, and she's talking to your boss, that she's dictating how much she wants you to make. That's already
She probably fucking the boss.
yeah. It's like that's already an issue. So I would say again, you got to charge that to the game. You know what I'm saying?
All right, here we go, gentlemen.
He's smashing it.
What'd you say, Isaac? Go ahead.
I said he's smashing that shit. She can't get a promotion. You can't take your position, bro.
Next scenario. This girl I've had 3 sexual encounters with has been ignoring my text messages as of late. The last text response we had was when she told me she's allergic to dogs. I have 2 dogs in my apartment, and she said we need to make a rule about you making arrangements for the dogs to go elsewhere. Otherwise, we can't have sex anymore. Lucario.
Oh yeah, she's done. That's a wrap. Yeah. That's all, like yeah. That's easy. That's light work. You got to tell her, listen, it was fun. You have an excellent life, and good luck to you. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit crazy. If a dude, and this is the sad part, some guys would get rid of their dogs for the woman. Ain't that crazy?
Bro. 10 years.
Yeah.
You gotta go, Charlie.
Yeah, it's
10 years, bro. Again, I'm treating these scenarios like if I was there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you got it. No, you're good, Isaac. You're good.
Okay, so I'm there. He telling me this. I'm be like, damn, bro, you're not fucking her right. You know what I mean? Like, you're not. Honestly, she's gonna have to come in with a gas mask. She's gonna come in. She's gonna take a pill every 5 minutes. Like, there's something going on here. What is the real disconnect? What is not being said right now? Why are the dogs the excuse? And are you really gonna let go of Charlie? Bro, I remember when you had her when you started in the business. You've been here for 5 years, and you're gonna let him go that easily just for that, man? Listen, let me tell you what to do. Say no, thank you. Just we had a great time. Charlie will miss you when you came to visit. You gave him some treats. He will look at the doors from time to time and think about you. Maybe I don't know. I have some coming in and out, and I'm gonna tell him to say that just to have fun. And then just let her go and allow it to be what it's supposed to be. But if she comes back, she says, just kidding. I'll take allergy pills. Then decide what you want to do with that.
Definitely. Thank you, gentlemen. And last scenario that I'm going to have you guys plug all your information and everything where people can follow you. This girl I just met 2 weeks ago has a rule about meeting her parents first before we go on continuous amounts of dates. Isaac.
I'm sorry, may you repeat that, please?
Absolutely. This girl I just met 2 weeks ago has a rule about meeting her parents first before we go on continuous amounts of dates.
Holy fuck. Yeah, get out of there, bro. Run. Get out of there. Do not do it. I don't know why. She's probably one of them type of women that's like, my family knows best. But then they all gossiping and telling each other the drama every single time. And they're gonna talk about your business. They're gonna talk about how you smash it. So if you go with it, just know you better go crazy in the bed. You better, talk to her nice. You know what I'm saying? Be smooth with all that shit. Just be good. If you want to choose that, be the perfect gentleman. They will love you forever. But if you want to take my advice, I would say, fuck no, don't do that shit. Come on, bro. Are you playing with me? What are you, 32 years old? You talking to me like this, bro? Listen to the question you just asked yourself out loud. And as of why you want that for yourself. Don't want that, man. I know she's bad to you, but that don't mean shit, bro.
That's
Don't
it.
do it for the clip. It's not worth it.
That's it. Lucario, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, me and your parents, that's boyfriend situation, that's boyfriend energy. So, we ain't there yet. So you got to tell her that ain't happening, and then you got to teach her how it's supposed to happen, or you just charge it to the game. Because if she ain't really down with what you're going to be teaching her and telling her as far as that, then you just need to get rid of her. You know what I'm saying? So it's and again, a lot of these guys get in these scenarios because they don't understand their role as leader situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Lucario, plug in all what you got going on. Tickets, what's going on?
Tickets to the Game Kings screening this or it's next week, so you guys can get the tickets. The link's going to be at the top of my bio in the Instagram, and you can see it on the bottom of the video on YouTube. You can just click those links, get your tickets, come through. It's October 26th, so make sure you guys come through and get that cracking. You know what I'm saying?
Saturday and Sunday shows. If you guys
And, tomorrow I'm going to be going on early in the morning, like around 10 o'clock tomorrow. We got the Real Game Theory on Sunday at noon. So make sure you guys tune in. Go to badboymembership.com and masculineidentitymembership.com.
awesome. Isaac, you're up.
What's going on, y'all? What I got coming up soon, I got a new drop tomorrow, How to Develop Your It Factor, All-Star Lifestyle, tap into We Are Evolution, where we come to evolve and develop the stardom and the It Factor and what we got going on, here to shine.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lucario, safe travels for next week. Enjoy yourself. Keep dropping the game. Isaac, I will be talking to you. And gentlemen, please have a safe and fantastic weekend.
All right, brother.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Appreciate the time. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, that is Lucario and Isaac in the building, shutting it the fuck down. Thank you guys so much. Isaac, for the ones that have donated. Ike Fury, Dave, I got your $2 donation. Thank you guys so much. Zoe, I got your $2 donation. Thank you guys so much for just supporting the fucking show. I love it. You guys are big fans. And we got new followers, a couple female followers as well, guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. All right, I think the next time we'll be back on is November 1st. But that's okay. Probably the man panel of the Brash Talk Show. People do get busy. Guys, on your way out, make sure you put a fire emoji. Guys, if you have not, make sure every so often, every other Friday, I try to get on for the Man Panel show or the Brash Talk show at 9 p.m. If you guys have not, the link is in the bio. A Man's Undeniable Truth book is out. I am working on my second book. Her Secret Desires will be coming at the top of 2025, middle of 2025, okay? Guys, thank you guys so much. April, thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Make sure you have a fantastic weekend, and take care of one another. I'm out. Goodbye. See you later.